All right, we back. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and just clap it up, man. We got some things figured out. It took us a while. It took us a while, but we are here. We got Dr. Tammi Rogers in the building. Please introduce yourself to the people for me for a second.
Hello, I am Dr. Tammi Rogers. I'm happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Can we just get a little bit of background, just briefly, in case anybody doesn't know you, like where you from, how you grew up?
Bio. I thought you was gonna read it.
Oh, you want me to read the bio? Okay. Let me do that for you real quick. We got to get some things in order, man. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. But let me go ahead and read that bio. And you know what? Before we get to the bio, let's go ahead and pull that video up real quick again, so our viewers can see. Let's go real quick.
I am heading to the Bay Bridge. Nobody blinks until we get this done.
Roger that. 611, this is dispatch. Clearing T21 for takeoff.
We call him OBO. The baddest.
You can't hear, but they can hear it. All right. Dr. Tammi Rogers was born to entertain. Her love for the arts began in her early life. Her God-given natural ability to command attention shines on stage and backstage. She wears many hats as an actor, director, acting coach, producer, director, script supervisor, props manager, singer, speaker, just to name a few. Currently, she is the resident acting coach of the Actors Academy Baltimore, an acting group that offers classes to actors in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, the DMV, of course, the DMV area. This versatile performer has been acting for 38 plus years and has appeared in many local community stage plays and independent films. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm better. I'm better now. We had some wild interruptions, but y'all know this is live, man. Sometimes we don't know until we get here, but that one was a little different. That one was a little different. But we here and we live, and it's a pleasure to have you here. So how was your week?
The week has been great so far.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So tell us a little bit about the film. Night Hall. Night Hall, is it?
Okay, Night Hall we premiered last year, and that was my first time working with the remarkable director himself, Dexter Brains of Brains Concept Studios. So that was our first movie together. We have a new one that's coming out at the end of the month that we're having a premiere for. That's called Black Thunder.
Okay.
And so This is my first time actually working with a director who's doing green screen technology,
Okay.
or CGI, as you guys say.
Oh, that's what it's called, CGI. Okay.
So it's just lovely being able to do something like that, which is the same kind of software and stuff that the Marvel universe uses.
Yes, and it look amazing. I mean, spectacular. I mean, wonderful. I mean, what does it even take to do such a film like that?
You're gonna have to bring him on the show.
Okay, I saw you in the beginning. I saw you in the beginning, and KJ, we already have a comment from KJ. KJ say, be more for real." Yeah, y'all already know, man. We gonna go ahead and clap that up. Um, so the film is called Night Hall, and it's releasing. What is it? August of this year?
Well, what we're gonna do right now is having its film festival run.
Okay.
So that is about to end, and we're looking for distribution now on
Okay.
a streaming platform.
Okay. Okay. Any idea where it might stream or where we might can catch it at?
I have no idea. It all depends on how that whole process goes.
Okay. So you wear many, many hats, and it's crazy because
Yes.
you're an actor, script supervisor, director. How do you balance all of those different hats?
Well, I know when I'm coming to a project that I'm working on, I already know I'm already set to wear 5 hats to start off.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I'm already going to be casting it. I'm already going to be coaching the actors. I'm already going to be half the time. Well, I know I'm going to be doing script supervision, and continuity, but I may be doing wardrobe. I may be doing props. It all depends.
Seriously, the props and everything.
Yeah. So I already know coming on board to a project. I already know that's already the first look, so to speak.
Absolutely.
I got tunnel vision on that,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and I love what I do.
Absolutely. But what do you love most about what you do? Like, if you could just say one thing that you love most about what you do, like, what is it?
You're not telling me to pick one, right?
Just one of them. Just pick one of them. One of
Yes,
many.
I can't pick one because they all work in concert together.
Okay. So one hand wash the other, essentially.
Exactly, because once I've casted it, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be acting in it.
Okay.
Then 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be coaching it.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to pick which one I like the best.
Right.
Because they all work hand in hand.
So let's run this down from the beginning. How and where did you start? You've been doing this for 38 years. Bring us to the beginning of Dr. Tammi Rogers' journey.
Okay. I had no idea I was ever going to become an actress. Had no idea. I started off, coming out of high school. I was in a modeling troupe. And the guy who was in charge of the modeling troupe said, "Hey, I wrote this play that I want y'all to be in." And so I'm looking like, play? He said, "Yeah, it's a stage play." So I said, "Okay." He said, "And I wrote this character with you in mind." And I was like, "E," because up until then I had never acted per se. And I was like, "Okay, if you think I can do it, okay, I'll do it." So, and that was the beginning. Once I did that one, then more came behind that. More people saw me in the next ones, and then, "Can you be in mine? Can you be in my play? Can you be in my play?"
And who you say was the start of that?
His name, God rest his soul, his name was Andre Lucas.
Shout out Mr. Andre Lucas. We're gonna go ahead and track that out. So tell me, who had the most profound influence on your acting career as you were coming along with it, then and now?
Well, in the beginning, it just was, I was just doing, it was a hobby, because I had a full-time job. So it was like a hobby to do it. It was something I did on the weekends or, stuff like that. And so I just was doing it because I like doing it.
Right.
And I found something new that I could do.
Right.
So, but then as I got more and more into it and year after year went by, I was like, do you really, really think you need to take this seriously now? So I was like, okay, maybe I need to take this seriously. So let me start getting into some classes and learning actually what I'm supposed to do,
Right.
as opposed to, on a whim doing something. So as I took classes and I learned the etiquette of acting, then I began to love it more and more.
Okay.
So as that grew, then I met a gentleman named Roosevelt Jackson who put me in my first movie, my first film. And then that opened up a whole nother thing for me because I was like, oh my God, now I'm in movies. Oh my God, I can see myself on Tubi and Amazon Prime. And I was like, oh wow.
Right.
I really need to take this serious now.
How does acting classes work? I mean, and how? Okay, it's a two-part question. How does the acting classes work, and how far into your career did you actually start taking those acting classes?
I guess I had been acting maybe about, I'll say maybe 10, 15 years before I actually wanted to take it seriously. Because
Really?
it was just a hobby. So I never thought I would go and do the show, have fun, come back to work, and go on with my life until the next show.
Right.
Then go to rehearsals and have fun and have the shows and then go back to my life.
Right.
So like I said, so I guess maybe about 10 or 15 years had gone by, and I was like, is this something you think you want to do after you retire or something? And so that's when I start saying, okay, maybe I need to take this more seriously. So that's when I kind of really got into it. I really started taking classes. I started seeing what was out there, started learning what was out there. That's when the rise of the independent filmmaker was taking off.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
it exploded during COVID.
Yep.
Because everything was
Everybody
shut down.
was home. Everybody was
Everything
home.
was shut down. We couldn't go to the movies. We couldn't go anywhere. All we could do was watch movies on, television or streaming. So that's when I was like, wow, I never saw it coming. I just, at the time, I was like, I do a lot of independent films. Because, people will ask you, oh, well, what movies are you in? And I'm like, oh, I
Right.
do a lot of independent films. So a lot of them you probably won't see.
Okay.
But then when that explosion happened after COVID, they was like, we need content, we need content, we need content. Give us content. So then everybody started putting movies on Tubi and Amazon
I see
Prime
it.
and
TV
everything.
had a big explosion.
Boom, boom.
And a big explosion of independent artists. I know quite a
Yes.
few. I've met quite a few people now that have had movies and things like that on Tubi, and I'm actually proud of them as well too. So
Yes, I
shout
am.
out to everybody that's doing the independent film thing. Everybody don't know how much work and
Absolutely.
dedication it takes.
Absolutely.
Let's jump into a couple of these comments that we got here. Send an icon. Eric, he said, BMore4Real. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. He said, that's awesome. That's awesome. He also said, what is your latest project that you're working on? And I think was that the one that we just showed?
No.
Okay.
That was one from that one was from last year. The one
Okay.
we showed. My latest project, we just wrapped a movie called Baltimore Siege, and you guys are gonna love that.
Is it using more CGI?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Dexter Brains?
And we Dexter Brains.
Okay.
Yes, Dexter Brains. And we got a little action or fight scenes, all kinds of stuff like that. So just risking your lives.
Yeah, we definitely want to see it. And what's fascinating and amazing is
yes.
it's in Baltimore. Well, it takes place in Baltimore.
Yes.
It's putting Baltimore on the map
Yes.
without acting. There's so much talent and things here.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, and we love to see it. We love
Yes.
to see that. We're gonna go ahead and do our due diligence on that one. Okay. He said saw the trailer. He said yes. The trailer was good. Also, it's in the icon said, what is your character? I wanted to ask you that too. What is your character? A good person, bad person? Like, can we get into that?
My character's a good person.
Okay.
I play the mother of the chief of the Baltimore police,
Okay.
who is a female.
Okay. Hold it down.
Yes.
For Baltimore and the women. Wow.
Yes.
For Baltimore and the women. So
Yes.
you said this next project that you have coming up is called Siege?
Baltimore Siege.
Baltimore Siege. And when can we look forward to seeing that?
We're gonna try to put that out later this year.
Okay.
This year, because it's technically the prequel to Night Hall.
Okay.
So it's what happened before Night Hall.
Okay.
So before all of that blowing up stuff like that is what happened before.
So with these watch parties, what happens there? Do y'all like sell tickets or
Oh,
what
for the
have you?
premieres?
Yeah, for the premieres. And
Yeah,
then,
well, really, there's screenings.
Okay.
Because we just want to screen it, have a small screening, because since we were putting them into the film festivals, when they
Okay.
go into the film festivals, we really can't like publicly show it
Okay.
until it comes out
Okay.
of the run
Okay.
of the film festivals.
Does it have to stay in the film festival for a set amount of time before it can even be
No, it
released?
depends on how many film festivals you put it in,
Okay.
because a lot of film festivals, they're all at different times of the year.
Okay.
So if we, like for instance, we just won an award for Night Hall, like 2 weekends ago.
Okay,
It was 2 weekends ago.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you. That was the World Music and Independent Film Festival. That was held here in Virginia. So that was the best trailer.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that trailer is dope.
So but we had to put the paperwork and stuff and submit it like way back last September.
Okay.
So, but the show didn't come, the festival wasn't until now.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by you gotta wait that period
Uh-huh.
to let it run to see, if you win anything or
Right.
if anybody, piques anybody's interest.
Uh-huh.
And
Are there any films that we can access and watch you on? Or films that you directed?
I have a whole bunch of films on Tubi, and I got 2 films on Amazon Prime.
Please do share. Please do tell. Please do tell.
Okay, on Amazon Prime, I have a movie called London and James. Another movie I have on there is, what is her movie called? I hate when I'm put on the spot. I can't think of it now. But anyway, if you go to my website, I have all of my movies listed.
Okay.
All you gotta do is click on them if you want to watch them.
Drop that website name for us real quick.
My website is actor Tammi Rogers. So that would be ACTORTAMMIROGERS.com. So if you go to that website, you will see on my page all the movies I've been featured in. And my shout out to my website guy. He just loaded all of them up for me. So all you gotta do is go to it, bring it up, click on them. Any ones you want to watch, you can click on
And then
them.
directly right to it. So we had a couple questions. Eric says there's so many talented people in Baltimore.
Yes.
He also asked when does the movie drop, and I guess he's talking about Baltimore Siege.
Yeah, that's going to drop later this year.
Later this year.
Yeah, because it all depends on whether we put it in the film festival or not.
Okay.
We may just take it straight to streaming.
Okay.
Same thing with Black Thunder that we're having our screening and premiere on the 31st of this month.
Okay.
We may decide to, because I think we've put it in one festival so far, and it did win. It won an award. So it depends on how long it runs as to whether,
Yeah.
as to whether
I
when it's
saw
on
the
stream.
trailer for Black Thunder, and that's the one that has Sarah in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Sarah.
Oh,
I
you
know
know
Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah, shout out Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah.
She was gonna make an appearance here today, but she actually had to work, so
Yeah,
that was
shout
that.
out to Sarah. Oh yeah, wait till you see her in Baltimore Siege.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh wow, she's
goodness.
in that one too.
Yes, when you see her in Black Thunder and Baltimore Siege.
I seen it. She looked mean in Baltimore.
Yes.
No, in the Black Thunder.
Because she
looked
was
mean.
the bad guy.
Oh, she was the bad guy. Shout out Sarah.
The bad guy. But you played that girl.
Yeah, Sarah's also on the BMore4Real Monday Night Sports Show.
Okay.
Every other week, whenever she comes,
Alrighty.
she's there. She hosts as well
Good.
on the BMore4Real Sports Show. So yeah, that's how I know her. And I was like, I know her when I seen the trailer. When I mentioned you showed me the trailer, I was like, oh my goodness. I said, I know her. That's Sarah. That's Sarah. But
Yes.
yeah, that's awesome. So who are some of your favorite people to work with in the industry?
Okay. Well, right now, since I'm working with Brains Concept Studios, of course, like I said, Dexter Brains. I have a fellow executive producer, Dr. Shanetta Marquea, and then our unit production manager and line producer, Elisha Austin. So we have a whole team of people that make it do what it do. You know?
We're gonna go ahead and clap that up. We're gonna clap it up. Is there send an icon. He said shout out Sarah. Yeah, shout out Sarah. Shout out Sarah. Is there anybody else you would like to shout out who's helped push you along the way? Maybe family, friends, whoever. Anybody else you want to shout out?
Yeah, my mom and dad, I love them. I thank them for seeing that I had talent at an early age. Who else? My church, because I was shout out to Perfecting. We used to be called Perfecting Prayer and Praise Ministries, but now we're Perfecting Church.
Okay.
So shout out to all my church family, because I was in charge of doing the stage plays.
Okay.
and stuff
Very fitting.
At one time. So I love them for helping me, cultivate my gifts. And then just all my acting family, period. Because we go from movie to movie to movie acting with each other.
That's awesome.
And I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that. It's like our little family.
Yeah, it's like y'all
our
come
little
up
acting
together.
Family, yes.
So during the church stage plays, is that how you met Ursula Battle? Or you meet her through church?
Yes, in a way.
Okay.
In a way, because I had gone. But this is what happened with Ursula. I saw that she was having her play. It was called the Teacher's Lounge.
Okay.
Right? Years ago. This was years ago. I think it was like maybe the first time she had it. And I saw it because she had put it in like one of the little local newspapers. So me and my mom, we'd play connoisseurs.
Okay.
So whenever we see a play, I'm like, okay, we got to get tickets. So Mother's Day was coming up.
Okay.
So shout out to the Mother's Day we
Yes,
just had.
I was about to say how fitting. I'm gonna ask you that next. You can tell us how your Mother's Day was next.
Yeah. So it was Mother's Day, so I got my mom tickets so that we could go. So we went to the play. It was great. I met her afterwards, and I told her how good the play was and everything. So then, so I was waiting to hear, about whatever plays she had out. Even though my mother was saying, "Oh, you think you're gonna get a chance to work with Ursula?" I said, "I don't know. I'll leave that to God. I don't know what God has planned for my life. I don't know." So time went on. Years later, she brought the play back.
Right.
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 So this time, I ended up being able to audition for it. And so once I auditioned for that play, then
So this is a second rendition of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started rolling with her in every play she had. And speaking of her, I may be in her new one. I don't know.
Ooh, that's gonna be instant classic, man. Y'all some of them greats. It's such a pleasure to have y'all on here. Y'all just don't know. We had Tammi and Ursula Battle in the building. Like, come on, man. Be more for real. Be more for real. We're going to go ahead and clap that up for y'all, man. We're going to go ahead and clap that up. And then after this clap, you can tell us how your Mother's Day was.
My Mother's Day was good. I had a little time with my mom. But I had to work, so to speak, because I ended up having to work with Dexter because he does music videos.
Okay.
People's music videos.
Okay.
And with the same CGI stuff that he does with the movies.
Gotcha.
So I ended up, he invited me to set so I could, give my approval.
Absolutely.
And we just had a ball, and it's a great song. So I can't wait for that to hit, for you guys to see that come out. That's going to be awesome. It's a song by I think his name is Imbo Rock. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Imbo Rock?
Imbo Rock, yeah.
Okay.
And it's a song called Desire.
Okay.
So it's like a wedding song. So it's like a love song.
We need some more of that R&B.
Yes.
Yeah, we need some more of that.
Song, and it's a nice song. So We had a ball filming that. So that's how I spent my Mother's Day. Working, technically.
Wow. Work never stops, huh?
It never stops.
Work never
It never
stops.
stops. It never stops. But I love it. See, you gotta love this. That's what I try to tell people who are just starting out in this business.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a love of acting. You cannot do it to be famous. You cannot do it trying to be popular. You can't do it to be a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a love for it because there's going to be a lot of no's that you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you may not get cast in something,
Right.
and so on and so forth, and you can't let that stop you.
Right. I want to get cast in a movie. I just want to see if I can do it because I mean I feel like if I put my mind to
See
it,
if he can do it. Is that what?
if I put my mind to it, I feel like I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, and maybe not take it like as a career, but just to see if I can do it. And I may or may not be in one coming up soon too. But yeah, I think I could do it. I just want to
Okay.
expand my
So
horizons.
You think you could show us and convince us that you can be somebody else?
Yeah, no.
Hello.
That wasn't convincing,
Hello,
was it?
y'all.
That wasn't convincing, was it?
Hello.
Well, I do think I can act.
See, everybody think they can act. Everybody think they can act. It's a lot more to
Yeah,
acting
I
than
already
what you
know.
see Denzel do.
I already know I can't do that because I seen Sinners and I was like, well, now I know why they raved about Michael B. Jordan because
Right.
man, he played that role.
And then
He
he's
played
playing
those roles.
two people.
Yeah, he played those roles.
And two people who are totally
Yeah.
different.
And I said, oh yeah, no, that's different.
See, that's
I said he got it. I
That's
said he got
acting.
it. I know why they rave about him. He got it. He got it. Look, Michael B. Jordan, yeah, you got it. You
And
got it.
shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Thank you for starting with The Wire in Baltimore.
Yeah, you got it. Started from here, just like
You
Oprah
come
too,
a
with
long
her
way, brother.
Oprah with her career and
Just like
and the
Oprah.
media mongoose, the
Went-
media
yeah.
sensation, got
Yes.
on her own network, several of them
Yes,
now. But yeah, that's just how I go, and you're gonna have yours as well too.
Oh, I hope so.
You know, yours coming too.
No, thank you, Lord. I
Yep.
receive it.
And I'd love to get on there just to try, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. I
Something,
got
or be
you.
an extra or something.
I
I'd be the
got
best
you.
extra ever.
Okay, we'll see.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
I'd do the best nothing ever.
We'll see.
Yep. I'd be the best
Y'all
nothing.
heard him. Y'all heard him. We gonna hold him to it, okay? All right.
Yeah, but it was such a pleasure to have you here. Is there anything else you want to share with the people? You want to get out to the people? Please take this time and let them know.
Well, I started I wrote a book. I'm gonna say I started writing a book.
Okay.
I wrote a book about how to effectively submit to casting calls. Because when we do a casting call, I get a lot of incorrect stuff. And so I was urged to write a book about it. So I said, okay, I'll write a book to kind of give a little guidance on what you should send in, what you shouldn't. Everybody's usually used to, the headshots, the acting resume, and the reel, which is your acting reel.
Right.
But within those three things that you send in as part of your submission, they need to be correct. So I wrote a book, so it's coming out soon. I'm finishing it up now,
Okay.
just to aid my fellow acting community on how to send in, and possibly get cast.
Okay.
Because I want to see everybody win.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
There's room for us all. We can all go up
Yeah, that's wonderful.
together.
That's wonderful. And you're actually helping people and
Yes.
trying to get them where they're going. Because obviously, if they're sending if they're getting an inquiry or getting a book on how to, properly
Yep.
submit an application for a casting call,
Yep.
they must be interested in being part of a cast member. So
Exactly.
that's one step crossed out of the way.
Exactly.
That's awesome. When can we expect is there a time frame we can expect to see?
I'm gonna try to
Such
get it
literature.
out by summer. I'm gonna try to get it out by summer.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I'm finishing it up now. I got it down, send it to print, and I'm gonna make it an ebook also for people who like to read it soft copy.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it an ebook too. So, yeah. So that's coming up. We have plenty more movies because the awesome Dexter Brains came to me and said, "Okay, Doc, you're stuck with me now." I said, "Yeah, you're stuck with me too." So we got like 22 more movies that he already has written and ready to go.
22. That sounds like 22 years more worth of work. Maybe even more than that. KJ said go up
Yes.
together. Yeah, 100.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I just think it's room for us all. So it's no need to be like crabs in a barrel because we can all go up together.
Absolutely.
Because you don't compete, you collaborate, and that's the thing. Can we collaborate instead of compete?
Absolutely.
So once people understand that, I think things will go a lot smoother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is BMore4Real, man. Realest conversation on the net, rated R for reality, brought to you by way of Real Explosion. This is BMore4Real, #1 podcast in Baltimore. Y'all know all that good stuff, but we have Dr. Tammi Rogers in the building. Such a blessing, such a pleasure. Go ahead and shout out your
Thank
Instagram.
you.
Tell people where they can follow you at and everything else.
My Facebook is Tammi Rogers, TammiRogers. My IG is actor Tammi Rogers, ActorTammiRogers. I'm on LinkedIn as Tammi Rogers. What else? What other?
Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, I did that.
YouTube.
Instagram, Facebook, and I have a YouTube page. That's actor Tammi Rogers. So look that up, and pull it up and subscribe. I got a lot of nice little gems on there for you. What else? Follow Dexter Brains. Follow Dr. Shanetta Marquia, because we got some more stuff coming your way, y'all. Let me see who else. If you're interested in getting into this particular industry, hit us up. Let us know your intentions, and we'll let you know where we can use you. Okay. We're always looking for extras, always. But if you got skills, that's another story. So hit us up and let us know what you can do.
All right.
Oh, and I also have a website, other than my actortammyrogers.com, I also have TammyRogersIndustries.org.
And I'm your host, OMG Danny. I have my special guest with me. Tell them who you are.
Dr. Tammi Rogers.
And we'll see you next Wednesday. Rated R for reality, man. Be more for real.